My name's Tammy. I work for the Salt Lake County, and in fact, I work for the library, and I am at the Whitmore branch. I'm also a certified yoga instructor, and I'm really happy that you're here today and ready and willing to try this journey of yoga. So it's nice to wear clothes that are comfortable, that you can move in. They don't have to be yoga clothes, just something that is not restrictive. A yoga mat is really helpful. The best thing about a yoga mat is they're usually not slippery. So it stays stable on the floor where you're working, and then also ideally your hands and feet can grip it, and again, not slippery. So that's the gist of a yoga mat. If you don't have one, just find someplace else that works that will be safe. Some yoga blocks are nice, or a folded blanket. A yoga strap is also helpful if you don't have a strap. A towel works, a belt, and I've even heard recently a dog leash, which is perfect, totally would work. So if you're ready, let's head back to our mat and get started. Today, let's start in wide-legged child's pose. So bring your knees out to the long edge of your mat. You're going to sit back on your heels. Walk your fingertips up to the top of your mat. Let your chest kind of melt towards the mat, and then your forehead can come all the way in contact with your mat. And your hips might lift up quite a bit, and that is totally fine. We just want them headed towards your heels, not necessarily that they have to touch. Let's stay here for 3 rounds of breath. On your next inhale, lift up just enough that you can walk your hands over to the right. They might come all the way off of your mat. Place your left hand on top of your right hand and then lower back down again. Still trying to get hips towards your heels, just in that direction. But now you can feel a nice side body stretch on the left as well. Well, maybe it's not nice, but hopefully you feel a stretch. On an inhale, lift up just enough that you can walk your hands through center, and you don't want to be dragging your head. And then let's go over to the left. So go off of your mat on the left. Right hand will go on top of your left, and then lower back down. Forehead comes to the mat. Try to sink nice and low. Everything is pressing down towards the floor. On an inhale, come back through center. Now we're going to do a little thread the needle. So you're going to take this left hand and slide it underneath your right arm, above your right knee though, and rotate so that you're resting on your right shoulder, right side of your face. No, left rather. I apologize, left side. And then left palm is up. Press into your right hand, unwind, plant your left hand, and let's go the other way. Right hand this time. Shoot your right arm towards me. Rest on your right shoulder, right side of your face. Right arm is up, right palm is up. You might hear some popping in your spine as we get a good twist here. All right, let's rewind. Press into the left palm so you can unwind. And if you want to go a little bit deeper in the stretch, see if you can move and put your chin on the mat. If that's uncomfortable, just head back to your forehead for a moment. Nice. Inhale, back up again. Start to sit up. Let's come to tabletop position. So, shoulders are stacked over wrists, hips are stacked over knees. It's kind of a great warm-up pose. On an inhale, drop your belly. We're coming to cow pose. So tailbone goes up, gaze goes up. Exhale for cat. Gonna tuck your tailbone around your spine, neck goes down and head. And then flow through this, your breath, your movement. Inhale, find cow pose. And exhale, find cat. So lots of times when we practice yoga, it's nice to have an intention, something to focus on, even a mantra, maybe something that you repeat to yourself. So if you have an intention, something you're thinking about or working on, you're welcome to bring that to the forefront of your mind right now. I have one on offer though. The one I would offer today is, I balance my life between work, rest, and play. They all get equal time. I'm not sure this is necessarily true in my life, but it is a good goal. Always striving toward balance. All right, next time you come through center pause, tuck your toes, and let's find down dog. So hips go high. And we'll take a moment here as well. So pedal out those legs, bend one knee and then the other. As you bend your right knee, strive to press your left heel closer to the mat, and then on the opposite side. Spread your fingertips nice and wide, and you're pressing into your palms and fingertips, trying to push your hips back and up. Keep breathing. All right, find some stillness in your down dog. On an inhale, roll over to high plank. You might have to walk your hands forward this first time to kind of get everything lined up for your high plank. You can always come down to knees if you want to. Exhale back to down dog. Let's do it again. Roll forward. Inhale to high plank. I really like this movement. As I roll forward, I feel my shoulders activate. Exhale back. And just as a nice sensation in my own body. Inhale high up on your tiptoes. And exhale, tiptoe up to meet your hands at the top of your mat in a forward fold. I'm going to turn so that I'll be facing you in a moment. But you can just stay right where you're at. And then hang heavy. You can let your hands come to a block if you can't reach the floor yet, which is totally fine. So you can put fingers on the floor, you can put fingers on a block, or you can just let your arms hang heavy. They don't have to touch anything. I like to tuck my chin here. I feel like it helps for my head to hang heavy and my spine lengthen down. Let's just be upside down for a moment. 3 rounds of breath. We're not going anywhere. We're not doing anything. Just hanging upside down. You can do it. All right, on an inhale, start to rise up. If you had a block, maybe you can set it off to your side and come all the way up to Tadasana, which is mountain pose. So big toes to touch each other, sliver of space between your heels, or you can step feet hip distance out, about whatever feels best. But try to tuck your triceps behind you, flex them, and then palms forward. We're trying to stack our hips, knees, and ankles right on top of each other. So if you have a mirror by you, you can check that and see if you stand lined up straight like that. A lot of us don't. But it is the way our body often would like to stand. Good, and then just breathe here for a moment. Beautiful. So turn so that you also are facing the long edge of your mat. You're welcome to turn your mat if you would like that way for a few moments, but you don't have to. And then let's just open up our legs. We're going to come to star pose. So for star pose, my toes point out, 45-degree angle, arms come up, palms are still forward. A nice powerful pose here. Little back bend if you'd like. Just bring your hips forward a little bit. Heart goes up, gaze goes up. Inhale back through star. All right, warrior two towards the right. So turn your right toes so they're pointing to the short edge of your mat. Bend your right leg. Your left foot is parallel to the back of your mat. If that feels uncomfortable though, you can turn your toes in a little bit. A couple of different ways to come at warrior two. So listen to your body and see what feels better. One more thing to look at. When you look down, you want to be able to see your right big toe. So if your knee's falling in, see if you can bring it back and see those toes. All right, and then arms to a T. I don't see all my toes though, because I'm trying to stack my knee over my ankle, but I do see my big toe. So kind of play with that, tweak it for your own body. And then just stay here and breathe for a moment. Gaze can be to your right fingertips or forward if that gets uncomfortable on your neck. Exhale, reverse your warrior. Flip your right hand up, and then it's like you're giving a high five to the back of your space. Coming back to warrior two. Triangle pose. Straighten your right leg. Both legs are straight. Extending forward to the right, and then we hinge. Bring your right hand down, left arm up. You're welcome to grab a block and place it underneath your right hand. If you don't have a block, you can also just rest it on your shin, but it's just resting. It's not holding weight. It's more for balance. The weight is being held by your legs and your core. So let's stay in triangle pose for a moment. Again, gaze can go up or forward, whatever your neck needs. So I thought about triangle pose. A lot of times when we come into triangle pose, we really lean forward and drop that left shoulder. But we want to stack our shoulders, almost like we could fit between two panes of glass. So if you're finding yourself going like this, come up higher. Come up higher. Find the stacking, and then over time, you'll find the depth. So stacking shoulders first, depth later. Inhale, bring it up. All right, and then this is a tricky transition. We're going to bring this back foot forward to a 45-degree angle, and now we're going to square our hips to the top of our mat. So we want to bring those hips forward. Okay, we're going to do revolve triangle. Bring your arms out to a T. Our chest and hips are facing forward. But now we're going to twist and come down. So this time our left hand comes down to the block by our right foot, and our right arm goes up. This is called revolve triangle. It feels very awkward. So if it feels awkward, you are doing it correct. But again, we want to try to stack our shoulders so we have a spinal twist to be able to stack our shoulders. It's hard because you feel it stretching in lots of places and you're trying to keep your balance. So tricky. It's a tricky pose. Stay and breathe. 2 more rounds of breath. We can do it. Breathe in and out through your nose if possible. All right, let's come up the way we went in. So we're in this twist, then coming back so everything's forward, arms to a T. And we're set up for a pyramid pose. So biceps up to ears, find your steeple grip. That's where you interlace all your fingers except you keep your pointer finger up. It's also called Kali Mudra, which is just a way to hold your hands. All right, inhale up. And then exhale, tuck your chin and roll forward over that right leg. Our legs are still the same. Once you get to the bottom, if you used a block, you can open up your hands, move your block. And then I actually like to frame my foot. I don't keep my steeple grip. If hands cannot touch the mat, no problem. You can put 2 blocks here or just rest them on your shin. But again, they're not holding any weight. It's just for balance. If this pose is feeling okay, there's a couple more things you can think about. And they're pretty subtle, but really good for us to make that mind-body connection. So here we go. You can do it. See if you can push your right hip back away from your body and pull this left hip forward. We're trying to square off our hips and make the small of our back flat and level so that I could, come put a dinner plate on your back. Tuck your chin. This is pretty intense pose. I feel it really strongly along the back of this leg, really strongly. All right, do you want to add a little movement? If you do, rock up on the tiptoes, or the ball really of your left foot, and then drop your heel. Do it again. And if you do not like this movement, you do not have to do it. If you just want to have a static hold. One more time if you do like it. Nice. All right, let's prepare to go up. So we want to get biceps back to ears. Find your steeple grip. Tuck your chin. And then inhale, rolling back up. Open back up to start where we started. Nice. Beautiful. Little back bend. And then let's do that again, but on the other side. So now we're going to do warrior two towards the back of your mat. So take a minute, kind of open things up. So I want my back foot parallel to what was the front of my mat. My left leg is bent. Lots of times in yoga we lose the front and the back. All right, so back foot leg is nice and straight. This left leg is bent. I'm trying to stack my knee over my ankle, so maybe I'm going to bring it in a little bit. So I really want to try to stack it. I want to be able to see my left big toe, but I might not be able to see any other toes. And maybe you don't see any at all. Mostly it's just a cue so that this knee is not falling in. We want it back. Then arms to a T. And then again, gaze can go over those left fingertips or towards center. Really just listen to your neck and whatever it needs. Stay and breathe. All right, let's reverse that warrior. So flip your left palm up, and then it's like we kind of do a back stretch. High five. And maybe this is the front of your space because we lost our front and back. Good. Coming back to warrior two. And let's find triangle pose. So straighten that front leg. Ooh, I forgot to grab my block. Grab your block if you need it. Let's get it back here. All right, so my legs are straight. My arms are to a T. I'm going to extend to the left, and then I will hinge. So my left hand comes down by my left foot. My right arm goes up. And most days I can look up. Some days it just kind of hurts my neck and I look forward or even down. Really, you choose. But again, think about that right shoulder tipping forward. We don't want that. We want to straighten up. So if you need to come up really high, come up really high and get that stack. And then go down over time. There's no rush. And maybe you never go deeper. That's okay too. Yoga is the practice. There's not an end. So it's feeling all these parts of your body, making that connection in your brain to what and where you're feeling it. All right, on an inhale, let's come up. Nice. Okay, we gotta do that tricky transition to get ready for revolve triangle. So we're gonna bring this right leg forward. It's gonna point off to a 45-degree angle. I'm gonna fall over. And then I'm gonna square my hips to the back of my mat here. My left leg, toes are still pointing forward. My left leg is nice and straight. My right leg is just kind of pointing out a little bit so that I have room to swing this right hip forward. All right, revolve triangle. Are we ready? Okay, arms out to a T. We're gonna hinge, twist to our left, and then exhale, we go down. I might have to adjust as you need to. So my right hand is down by my left foot. I'm trying to get my left arm up. I'm trying to stack my shoulders, which is very awkward and tricky. Stay and breathe. Use your toes for balance as you feel wobbly in this pose, totally normal. All right, 3 more rounds of breath in and out through your nose if possible. Nice, and then let's come up the way we went down. So we're in this twist, and then we tee our arms out. Nice, okay. We are all set up for pyramid pose. Legs stay exactly the same. Arms go up, biceps to ears, find that steeple grip. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, tuck your chin around your spine and fold forward. Once you get to the bottom, you can release your steeple grip. Maybe you move your block out of the way. And then I tend to just tent my fingers right here and frame my front foot. But again, remember you had options, blocks, on your shin, even on your thigh. If you can't go very deep, that's okay. Just work on kind of lengthening your spine and fold as you can. And then we can come in to our body again. Bring your awareness inside your body and pull that right hip forward, left hip back. You'll feel that right hip start to drop, which will level off your hip so that I can put a dinner plate there. All right, if you like the movement in this pose, come up on the ball of your right foot, place it back down, and come back up again, and down. One more time if you like that. It intensifies the stretch on the back of my left leg, and I actually like that. All right, let's prepare to move. So get your biceps back to your ears, find your steeple grip again, tuck your chin, inhaling up, and then open up to star pose. Side out. Nice, beautiful. Release your hands down if you'd like. All right, let's do another forward fold here. So kind of open up your legs a little bit. See if you can point your toes forward, arms to a T. And we're just going to forward fold. So we want to keep our arms straight and our back straight for as long as you can. Then once you kind of found your depth, maybe hover for a moment. And then you can release your fingertips down and tuck your chin a little bit. Oh, maybe you reach for a block. Lots of blocks today. So sometimes I like to just kind of rest my hands on a block. Some days when I can go a little bit deeper, I drop my head on my block. So fullest expression is really just kind of being flat and getting your head directly below your pelvis, but lots of us just really don't bend that way. So I like to rest on the block sometimes. Again, any height. So we're going to stay here, upside down, for 5 rounds of breath. See if you can breathe in and out through your nose. We're not really doing anything per se except having our head below our heart. So it's okay if it feels awkward. your block if you used it. And then walk both hands and your torso over towards your right leg. Hold on to your right foot if you can. If not, hold on to whatever you can reach. But we're just moving everything over here to the right. All right, come back through center. Just going to walk everything, hands, torso, over to the left. Hold on to whatever is accessible over here on the left. And just kind of gently pull that way. All right, go back to center. Fold your deepest yet. Fold deep. Let your head hang heavy. Feel it on the back of your legs. And inhale up. I like to turn my heels in and then come up. Having them pointed out makes me feel a little balanced. Inside out. Good. Hands to heart center. Kind of walk your feet in towards each other. Good. We're back into Tadasana. That was a really long time with wide legs. So maybe pedal. Good job. I'm definitely feeling that. I hope you are too. Beautiful. All right, let's do eagle pose. I really don't do this pose very often, so let's do it. So on an inhale, we're going to come to staff pose. So arms are going to go up and overhead. Palms are going to face each other but not touch. And then bring your right leg up. So your knee is bent at a 90-degree angle. We want our ankle right below our knee. If you need some balance, you're welcome to head a little closer to a wall. All right, this is staff pose. Next step for eagle, we're going to do 3 things at one time. We're going to bend our left leg. We're going to cross our right leg over. See if you can touch toes down as a kickstand, arms to a T. And if toes don't touch, it can just be crossed. If toes do touch and you've done eagle a lot, you can try to wrap that right leg all the way around, but you don't have to. Okay, and then right arm goes under. You can hold on to opposite shoulders. You can let the backs of your hands touch or continue to wrap and try to get palms to touch. Stay and breathe. If you want a little more, see if you can lift elbows up in line with shoulders. See if you can sit a little bit deeper in your eagle. Okay, 3 rounds of breath here. We can do it in and out of your nose if you can. All right, start to rewind. Let's come back through staff. And Tadasana. All right, other side. So staff pose. Left leg comes up, arms go up, palms face each other. Okay, the 3 steps. Are we ready? Bend your right leg, cross your left leg over, arms to a T. And I actually like to finish up my legs before I move my arms. So wrapping all the way around, if you can. And then left arm goes under. Going to touch opposite shoulders, back of the hands, or continue to wrap. All right, and then if you want more, elbows up, sitting down more, and breathe. Find something to look at in front of you that's not moving. We call it a drishti, a non-moving spot. And breathe, 3 rounds of breath, in and out through your nose. You can do it. Good. Let's rewind. Finding staff and Tadasana back down. Nice. Roll your shoulders. Those eagle arms are kind of tight. Can be tight. Good shoulder stretch though. Open up. Bring it together. Anything that feels good, open back up again. Nice. All right, let's come down to the mat. We're going to lay on our back. Keep a block handy. Let's come to a supported bridge. So get a block up where you're going to be able to grab it. You want the soles of your feet on the mat. Knees are up, and then we're just going to lay down on our back. Take out your ponytails if you have one. All right, we'll come to a supported bridge. So on an inhale, I'm going to lift your hips up. If you have a block or a blanket, can't grab mine, slide it underneath. You're just going to place it on the small of your back, like the very back, the bottom of your back. You just kind of rest it right there on the sacrum. And you've got levels on your block, so figure out what level feels good for you today. Shimmy your shoulders, tuck up under, sort of like you're puffing up your chest. And then arms out at your side, take up space, palms are up. And let's just stay and breathe here for a moment. We're starting to wind down, so you're welcome to close your eyes if you'd like in some of these poses here on our back. You can come back to your intention of finding balance between work, play, and rest. That is a pretty tricky balance to find. I was up on a high level. I'm going to bring it down to the lowest level because if you would like, you can extend your legs out straight. And then your body just kind of wraps around that. Okay, I'm going to try it back on the high one. It gives you a little bit of a back bend. At the beginning of a practice, I find it to be really uncomfortable, but we've been going for a while. You might be warmed up. See how that feels? If you don't like it, if it hurts your back, then just come back to bridge pose. Get your soles of your feet back on the mat. Let's stay in whatever version you are enjoying. Maybe for a nice 5 or 6 rounds of breath. Hopefully this is feeling nice, that you found kind of a sweet spot in this bridge pose or a variation of bridge. Alright, let's start to come out, so plant the soles of your feet, and let's come to waterfall pose. So if your block is up on a high level, get it all the way down to the lowest level, but keep it in the same spot, just right there on your sacrum. And you're going to lift your feet right up. So legs are straight, and you're going to point your toes back towards your body. If you don't have a block or a blanket, you can do this pose without. Same with bridge, actually, for that matter. You can just hold the bridge. But this, having a block here for waterfall pose, can be really helpful to kind of tip your hips towards your body, and for me, at least, it feels a lot more comfortable. All right, let's hang out here for about 5 rounds of breath, in and out through your nose. Eyes closed, optional, of course. And drop your feet. That pose can be referred to as waterfall pose, candlestick, and then there's the Sanskrit original names as well. All right, hug your legs up into your chest. You can place your hands on your shin. Kind of pull thighs in close to your body. You can rock from side to side. Just massage out your low back. Alright, stop next time you're in center, and we'll twist. So arms out to a T, palms are up, and then twist your legs and drop over to the right. Stack your shoulders, or rather knees, hips, and then gaze goes to the left, and Right shoulder stays on the mat. Left shoulder might start to lift up if you're really working on stacking your hips, and that's okay. And then we'll stay here and breathe in this twist. When you're ready, bring the legs back up through center. I like to hold on for a minute and just kind of adjust. Hug them in tight again. And then let's go the other way. Arms to T, palms up. Drop your legs over to the left. Stack your knees and hips. That right shoulder might start to lift up a little bit. That's okay. And gaze to the right. Typically, you can stack your hips and your shoulder lifts. Or you can work and keep both shoulders on the mat and you lose the stacking of the hips. So kind of pick whichever feels better. Do you like to stack the hips, lift the shoulder, or press both shoulders into the mat? Close your eyes if you'd like. Inhale, back through center. Last time here. You know what? You can come to a yogi ball. So you lift your head up, wrap your arms around your shins, reach you for opposite elbows. Try to touch your knees with your forehead or your chin. Squeeze everything in really tight. And relax. So you are welcome to extend your legs out straight, arms at your side, and enjoy a Shavasana, which is a resting meditative time at the end of a yoga practice. That is always on offer. Or you're welcome to go ahead and sit up, and we'll close out class. So maybe just rock forward and come up. Come into easy seat. Crisscross applesauce, you can come back to your intention. I balance my life between work, rest, and play. They all get equal time. Again, my name is Tammy. Thank you for sharing your practice with me today. I bring my hands to my heart center. Namaste.